Here's things you need to know about the Oza Zambia Independence Diamond Jubilee in conjunction with SZDMV. We encourage you to fly into Reagan Airport. It is 15 minutes away from the venue and 2 minutes away from the hotel where rooms are reserved. If you need accommodation, we have a spatial for $177 for king rooms and $204 for 2 queen-size bedrooms. If you need to share a room with someone, contact 678-851-6601. Meet and greet on Friday, October 25th at 6 p.m. We will have the Zambian night event. Come in African attire or Zambian flag colors. We're playing Zambian music and serving Zambian cuisine. Venue to be announced. Then comes the main event on Saturday, October 26th at 7 p.m. The Oza Zambia Diamond Jubilee Dinner Gala will be held at Hyatt Regency Crystal City at Reagan National Airport, located at 2799 Richmond Highway, Arlington, VA 2202. Tickets are $150 until October. You can buy your tickets by Zelle to 352-988-7049 Oza number. After you pay your ticket by Zelle, send us a message on WhatsApp to the Oza number 678-851-6601 to give your name and email address. Your ticket number will be emailed to you. You can also buy tickets here on Eventbrite. Sponsors, vendors, and businesses, we have a treat for you. Contact us. And on Sunday, October 27th, there will be a farewell barbecue. This year, the farewell barbecue will be at the Zambian Embassy, 2419 Massachusetts Avenue, NW, Washington, 20008. So, what are you waiting for? Get your ticket now.
We are exactly 41 days from Zambia's 60th independence anniversary. Good morning from Dallas, Texas. Welcome to ZBTR TV. Tell a friend ZBTR is live. Tag them, share the link, and let them know that we are live. We have an exciting conversation for you today, and we're looking forward to speaking to the gentleman who's with us today. Is talking about youth empowerment and opportunities. All right, so get ready for a wonderful discussion and welcome to the show. It is September 14th, 2024. We are excited to have you here. Follow us on social media, ZBTR TV, all the social media platforms. That's our tag name, and you should be able to find us. All right. There's something else that I need to share with you here before we continue. ZBTR is doing a promo or a fundraiser, whichever terminology you wish to share. We are selling these special Zambia at 60 t-shirts. There are the prices. We're doing this to fundraise to sort of support or give to our charities back home in Zambia, which care and look after our elderly citizens, okay? So if you buy this t-shirt, you are contributing towards us giving towards the charities back home in Zambia. This is the way the t-shirt looks like, okay? In the front and in the back, it has a ZBTR logo. So get in touch, and we shall be able to make sure you get one of those t-shirts and, you know, look good on Independence Day. Make sure you wear it, and you know, people should be asking, hey, where did you get that t-shirts? Okay, so it's only available for those of us in the US. Unfortunately, if I may say that, if you're in Dallas, get in touch with me. we can make arrangements to have it delivered to you. Those coming to the Oza Independence, we are going to bring it to you. Please, you have to pre-order, all right? There's no guarantee that I'm going to have a table there, but we encourage everybody to pre-order. All right. Today's show, we have an innovative young man who is joining us today from Mansa, Zambia, and is going to be discussing a lot of things. His name is Ngenda Inengu. He is the CEO and founder of Lubit Technologies, a company specializing in software development, web and app development, graphic designing, and large format printing. He's also the host and creator of the Chat and Chill podcast, a platform dedicated to insightful conversation and various topics. Inengo, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nathan, for having me.
You're excited about this. We're looking forward to. It's good to speak to young people and and hear what you have to share with us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the
Excellent.
opportunity.
Uh, so tell us, Inengo, one of the most difficult things, you and I during the weekend have been having a conversation, and you actually crafted the theme of this conversation. You know,
Yeah,
youth positioning themselves for opportunities. In the Zambian scenario, or one of the most difficult things Zambian youth is navigating that phase between completing grade 12 and what happens next. Okay, that's a
yeah,
very challenging situation. What happens next is the question: is it college, university, employment? So the
yeah,
question is, what next? So tell us your story. How did you transition from finishing or completing high school or grade 12, and
yeah.
what was your next? What did you do?
So for me, it's quite an interesting story, actually.
Uh-huh.
So I will start the story just just when I was still in high school.
Mm.
So the time I was in high school, there's one habit that I developed, which was reading books. So
Yes.
I read a lot of books and I listened to a lot of people like Vusi Tembikwayo, Robert Kiyosaki, um, those kinds of people. And there's one book that each and every person I looked up to, they said they read, which was the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So I read that book in grade 10.
Mm-hmm.
I read that book up to grade 11. I was still reading the book.
Oh,
So the
wow.
first lesson from yeah, the first lesson from the book was successful and rich people don't work for money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is the first lesson from the book. So you have the first lesson is you have to learn to work just working without getting paid.
Mm.
So so when I completed school, I made that my mission to say I need to find a way I can work without getting paid. I need to train myself to just do the work. I do the quality work, but I'm not getting paid. So the first thing I did was I looked for where to volunteer. Because in the book, Robert Kiyosaki and his friend, they worked at his uncle's business, and the uncle wasn't paying them. But now, for me, in my scenario, it is for me now looking for employment where I can do volunteerism. Example, so in my case, I went to a clinic. So I volunteered at a clinic, and that's how it all started. So from there, I met people who connected me to certain organizations. I
Mm.
met people who kind of built me to always think big, not just on the surface of what I have. Because when you're working as a volunteer, you're not getting paid. And one
Mm.
of the risky things I did was, whilst I was volunteering at the clinic, I decided to leave my father's house. So you can imagine I'm leaving my father.
So where did you go? Where did you move to?
I rented the one room apartment.
But you
You
were
know,
not being paid.
yes, exactly. So I wasn't getting paid, but then what that did was it opened my mind to think that if I can work for free,
Uh-huh.
I can do the diligent work for free, and meaning then I can be able uh, to improve on whatever skill that I'm doing.
Okay.
For example, in my case at the clinic, I was a peer educator. So meaning I was improving my skills in reading, I was improving my skills in public speaking, I was increasing my skills in just social networking. So then what happened was I went on the internet, was I searched, I Googled this, how can I make money online? So yeah, whilst I was still a volunteer. So it opened me up to start to think about how I can make money in other different ways, just away from someone just giving me a paycheck on a monthly basis. So
Mm-hmm.
that's yeah. So that's when I started. I went up. I came across some some uh, some platforms like Fiverr, Upwork. So those platforms made I found a lot of work there, like virtual work. I'm sure it's more common in the UK and in the US, where
Okay.
you're just being paid to check someone's emails, check someone's calendars, update them on their schedule, and etc. etc. Yeah.
Okay. But um, again, the Zambian
Yes.
scenario. You see, the
Yeah.
way you are talking or what you are explaining is like you are not in the Zambian scenario where the impression given is that
Yeah.
you know these opportunities don't even exist, if I may say that. I know I may be sounding like I'm exaggerating a situation, but you see, it's
Yeah.
good to hear from you say that because don't you think? I think the problem is that people look forward to getting out of school or college to look for a job. Is that where the problem is?
Yeah. That's where the problem is. So actually, there are a lot of opportunities, like especially for us young people in these times and in these days.
Mm,
It's it's very unfortunate that we are all now trying to seek for employment in government or in other even in other sectors or in the private sectors. Because
okay.
here's the thing: the population is just too big for everyone to be in a formal employment. The population is just too big, so each and every one of us cannot get into formal employment. So then
Hmm.
what should we do? We should increase our capacity in terms of our thinking, in terms of how we view the world. For me, for example, it was because of from reading a book. I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I tried to implement what the book was saying, and that gave me a broader aspect of a broader way of looking at how the world is and how people can actually earn or make their living without getting into formal employment. I
Hmm.
will tell you to say that I started my software development skills and web development skills, graphic designing skills
Yes.
before even enrolling into university. You understand? So
Yeah.
even when I went to university, some of my colleagues who came to me, they were like, have you done this before? Because I'm pursuing a degree. So now they're asking me, did you do a diploma before, or you are also a fresher like us? And I tell them to say I'm a fresher like them. It's just that I told myself to say I can acquire these skills, use
Hmm.
them in the real world, and still go to school if at all I wish to go to school.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so it's just the mindset that needs to change.
Mm.
Then we can position ourselves in a way that we'll see a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, because in our conversations during the week, you told me that you are a self-taught, if you may use that phrase, software
Yeah,
engineer. Um,
yes.
at what stage in your life did you develop interest in software?
Yeah,
How did
so
this happen?
yeah. So after I completed my grade 4,
Mm-hmm.
I was so obsessed with computers, and this was because I was volunteering, and when I was volunteering, most of the times I was at the clinic, and the only time I was home maybe it was at night,
Okay.
maybe from 18 up to 6 and 8. There, again I wake up, I go to the clinic. So the time in the night, I always used to research on ways that I can do something for myself whilst I'm still volunteering this size. Because
Yes.
the volunteering part was just training myself to giving myself a work ethic where I can work even when I'm not seeing results yet.
Mm.
That's the mindset that I was trying to achieve with volunteering. So during my researches, I found out to say there are a lot of things that one can do. As I talked about Upwork, Fiverr, and all those. So on those, I was just a virtual assistant. And then from there, I started to learn. I searched how can I make a website. So it said so everything was just from googling. So I googled how can I make a website. So it
Uh-huh.
brought a lot of things. You can make a website from a template, or you can program your own from scratch. So I started to learn how the language called HTML. I didn't know it was programming by that time. I
Okay.
just, in my head, I was just thinking, I'm making a website. I didn't even know what programming was at that time. So I just said to myself, let me learn this HTML thing. So I started learning that, and I made very, very funny websites back then, which I could just share with my friends. Maybe it's a website just with my name on it. I'll share it with my friend, I'll share it with my father, and all those things. Yeah. So from there, I discovered to say, oh, this is actually programming. You can, instead of just making websites, you can make software systems, you can also make applications and all those things. That's how the interest came in, and that's how I harnessed my skills and learned how to program.
So from what you're saying, can I take a guess and say the next thing you did is you did a Google search how to make software programs.
Yeah, exactly. So you see, you see the thing that I tell my friends actually is you shouldn't feel shy when you're researching. Because
Mhm.
sometimes when you're researching, the questions you ask Google or the persons that you ask, they might seem as if they are not questions of substance, but actually those are the questions that you need to ask for you to get the information that you need.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't be shy when you are searching, right?
No, don't be shy. Just do what you have to do for you to get the information. Because information at this stage where we are, information is data is everything. Data is cash. We can see now even the companies that we have the companies by Elon Musk. All those
Mm.
are data companies. We have the Starlinks, we have the Tesla. Those are data companies. They are tracking data wherever they are going. So we are
No.
now in a data world. So data is cash. So when whatever you can do to get that data, please do it.
So I would like you to share with us. You established a company called Bluebit, the banner at the back
Yes.
on your background there. From the
Yeah.
time what you've explained from volunteering at the clinic, from the time you finished grade 12 up to
Yes.
what time after you did all this searching and on online through Google, up to what time, what's the time frame up to the point where you established this company called Bluebit?
Oh, okay. So Bluebit actually came in as a result of seeing opportunities passing me by. So actually, I was just a freelancer. So I was just someone you can come to. You tell me you want a website, I'll make it for you. We are
Mhm.
good. You pay me, everything goes. You want a graphics done, you come to me, I do the graphics, it's done. We want this, we do that. So it was actually last year. Last year, what happened was in 20, first before we even go to last year, in 20, in 2020,
Mm,
2020, I made a number of friends from different countries like Kenya, Uganda, and Nigeria mostly.
mhm,
And all of these friends of mine were programmers like me and software developers like me, but then they transitioned from being freelancers to then owning companies, making their own companies. And then I'm seeing these friends of mine, they're getting funds.
Mm.
They're getting funded. They're getting venture capital, equity, they're selling their equity in their companies, etc. And then for me, I thought to say, even me as a freelancer, I can also do it. So the thing that I did was I started applying for funding opportunities. I started approaching, I started approaching the investors to say, please, can you come and invest in me? I do this, I make this website like this, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was most of the investors couldn't come through because it was it is not so practical for a freelancer to get funding. In what capacity are you receiving funding as an individual? Because there is no way you can be held accountable and everything like that. There's
Yeah.
no way you can account for what you are being funded for. So last year, what happened? I opened Bluebit. It was actually a funny thing because I was just at home. I was resting in the couch, and then I thought to myself, "Let me register for Patra. It's a simple thing to do." Just a minute. Sorry.
All right. We're talking to Emenda. He's sharing his story about how he started Bluebee Technologies. Let's take a break here and we shall be back and continue with our discussion. All right. All right, Ngenda, let's take a break and then we shall be back with our conversation.
Here's things you need to know about the Oza Zambia Independence Diamond Jubilee in conjunction with SZDMV. We encourage you to fly into Reagan Airport. It is 15 minutes away from the venue and 2 minutes away from the hotel where rooms are reserved. If you need accommodation, we have a special for $177 for king rooms and $204 for 2 queen-size bedrooms. If you need to share a room with someone, contact 678-851-6601. Meet and greet on Friday, October 25th at 6 p.m. We will have the Zambian night event. Come in African attire or Zambian flag colors. We're playing Zambian music and serving Zambian cuisine. Venue to be announced. Then comes the main event on Saturday, October 26th at 7 p.m. The Oza Zambia Diamond Jubilee Dinner Gala will be held at Hyatt Regency Crystal City at Reagan National Airport, located at 2799 Richmond Highway, Arlington, VA 2202. Tickets are $150 until October. You can buy your tickets by Zelle to 352-988-7049 Oza number. After you pay your ticket by Zelle, send us a message on WhatsApp to the Oza number 678-851-6601 to give your name and email address. Your ticket number will be emailed to you. You can also buy tickets here on Eventbrite. Sponsors, vendors, and businesses, we have a treat for you. Contact us. And on Sunday, October 27th, there will be a farewell barbecue. This year, the farewell barbecue will be at the Zambian Embassy, 2419 Massachusetts Avenue.
All right, we're back. My guest is Inengu Ngenda. He's CEO of Bluebit Technologies. He's a self-taught software engineer. And so we were talking about Bluebit and how you got funding. You were explaining something. Please continue what you were saying.
Yeah. So as I was saying, uh, so for Bluebit, it actually came into inception last year.
Mm-hmm.
So last year I was actually just seated, and then I thought to myself, actually maybe the reason all these other opportunities and everything has been passing me by is because I really haven't established myself as a company. So
Mm.
what I did was I registered online with Patra and got all the documents and everything. So that's how Bluebit came into being. And then I talked to a few friends because Bluebit, I'm just one half of Bluebit.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have 3 partners in Bluebit. So we came together and we thought to say, you have the skills in this, and you have your strengths are in this area, and mine are in this area. So let's do this. So that's when we came together, and then we created Bluebeat.
Okay. So it's not easy for you as a young person to start a company, and I know you said you're not yourself.
Yeah.
What services does Bluebeat uh, provide, and uh, how have you what's the word? How have you grown your brand? Because there are a lot of, what do you call it? There are a lot of big companies in the software industry that you're competing with, right? So how have you
Yeah.
navigated in the software industry or business, so to speak, and what services does Bluebeat offer?
Okay. So the way we have established ourselves as Bluebeat is we are not only most of these for example, in our country Zambia, most of these big big
Mm.
tech companies,
Yeah.
they are mostly led by people who actually have no idea of what technology is, or where, at which stage or at which level is the technology right now. They don't even have an idea of what software is. So what how we are positioning ourselves in a way we are positioning ourselves in a way that we know the trends that are currently happening, we know the changes, we know how technology is evolving, and we
Mm.
know how to get involved in it. So meaning, in if you want an AI model, you can talk to us and we can provide an AI model for you. If
Okay.
yeah, let's say for example, we have a system, a hotel management system, which is one of the services that we offer. The hotel management system that we have is not just a normal hotel management system where you just have information of clients checking in and checking out. You have
Hmm.
information of the client's details and everything. But we have incorporated AI in it such that it gives you reports automatically. It shows you the kind of customers that your hotel or your lodge attracts.
Okay.
So that's yeah, that's very important information to hotel and lodge owners. They need to know their type of customers that they get.
Mm.
So we have positioned ourselves in a way that we are at the helm of the technology sector. In our country, I'm sure we are one of the youngest companies. Yeah, a company which is led by young people who are
Okay.
so much into technology and understand the ins and outs of technology.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if somebody, so talk about can you break down for us the services that Bluebeat offers?
Okay. So currently, Bluebeat Technologies offers web development, app development, and large format printing, software development, which I earlier mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And we also are into agri-tech, meaning we have a product which we are about to launch very soon, a product which will be mainly used by farmers and agro dealers.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I'm glad you've mentioned agriculture. To what extent has our agriculture sector gone high tech, if I may use that, in terms of using, what do you call it, software uh, in the software industry? How,
Yeah.
let me use layman's language. How computerized is our agriculture system?
Our agriculture system right now is getting there. I'll say
Hmm.
it's getting there, but we still have a lot of work to do. So most of the people who come into agri-tech,
Mm.
the people that I'll call our competitors in the tech industry, all they are looking at is the marketplace. So most of them are looking at it from the area of if a farmer gets this produce, let them find the marketplace here and sell it. You get. But
Hmm.
now yeah, for us, what we are trying to look at is how do we increase the productivity of our farmers using
Yes.
these kind of technologies. So
Hmm.
if we can use these technologies to make sure that our farmers are equipped with information on climate resilient farming, on
Okay.
practices um, that can help them achieve their productivity, even when they are faced with natural disasters like we are having the drought today.
Yes.
So if we can equip them with these things, this information and this data using this technology, then we are good to go. Then we are on the right path. Than us just creating marketplaces, just looking for this farmer takes their product to this area, just getting that market link. That alone is not enough. It's a good thing, but that alone is not enough. We need to find a way in which we can improve the sector by improving the productivity of these farmers and also making the process of them acquiring agricultural inputs or agricultural products very easy.
Interesting. Okay. As we
Yeah.
continue our conversation, Inengo here. Good morning. Miss Clotilda, good morning from the village in Washington State. And Brenda is watching from Heath, Texas. Dr. Musanje is joining us from Philadelphia. These are people from watching all across different areas of the United
We call
States.
them
Uh-huh.
the
Good morning.
diaspora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, our folks at the Insaka Talk Show. And Monde says hi, Inengo.
Hello.
Yeah. Um, let's continue our conversation here in Engo. How does
Yeah.
you shared with me a video clip here? I think I was trying to see. I forgot to put it up and download it. But how
Oh,
does a
okay.
person, how does a young person, you know, the video I'm talking about, where you say
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the person activate their potential in a system inclined to hiring candidates with college, university degrees, or diplomas. How do
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
activate your potential in a system like that?
Yeah, so in a system like this, as I go back to my first words, which were like information is cash. So
Mm,
if you can equip yourself with information, I'm talking about the right information in
mm.
whatever area you are in, then you are able to activate yourself. Sorry, am I visible?
Yes,
My
you are.
screen has turned off.
No,
Oh,
you
okay.
are. I
Thank you
can
so
see
much.
you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, so what I'm saying is if we can equip ourselves with the right information,
Hmm.
if you are, let's say, for example, you are in the agriculture sector, look at the agriculture sector in a view whereby you are looking at it where you are increasing value. Don't just come in it to say you do what others are doing. Come in it with a value that you want to add to it. So this value, you can only see it when you increase your information, the information that you put into your head, the people that you listen to, the books that you read, is what will increase your point of view, your POV. So meaning you'll be able to see what others can't see.
Mm.
And then in that way, you can activate your potential. And then you can also be able to see the opportunities that most of us don't see. The reason why we are able to see jobs as the opportunity,
Yeah.
the government as the only opportunity that we can see, is because that's the information that we have been fed. So the information that we have been fed is that you 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 leave grade 12, you go to tertiary education. After tertiary, you find a job. That's why now, in an instance where you have finished grade 12, you have finished your tertiary education, and now you're looking for a job and you're not finding it. That's where we are now having people getting frustrated.
Okay.
But then, if these people can get another set of information to say, actually, what you have acquired from university, you
Mm.
can use it in the real world to build something of your own. Then we'll be headed into a right direction. Then the young people will be empowered because the first empowerment is education. And that
Okay.
education can be formal and informal.
Mm. Mm. So
Yeah.
where do people get, you're talking about information. So
Yes.
information is at various levels, different avenues and things. Like in your situation, it was software stuff or things to do with computers. So you've given an example of what do you call it, agriculture. Let's
Yes.
take, for example, somebody who is, now we have people making money out of being what do you call it, YouTubers. Now there's even a
Yeah.
phrase,
Content creators. Yeah.
YouTubers, which wasn't there when some of us were growing up or were.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where
New
does
vocabulary.
one start from? Where does one start from looking for this information?
We are very privileged in our era because
Mm.
these days your phone. I tell people mostly that your phone is your PA, is your personal assistant.
Wow.
Meaning you can use it to. It can do anything for you these days. All you just have to do is command it. So most of the people don't want to command their smartphones.
I like
So
that.
yeah, so if for me, example, it was just going on YouTube. It was going on Google. How do I
On your
do this?
phone. On your phone.
Yeah, on my phone. Yeah, exactly. So from there, I got the information. I get to discover more and more and more each and every day. Because what happens is this. Let's say, for example, I want to listen to talks like this, the one that we are having today.
Hmm.
I go on Facebook, I search opportunities for young people, and this video pops up.
Yes.
Me, from there, I'll start following ZBTR TV, right?
Yeah.
So from ZBTR TV, I'll find another source which will lead me to the other information that I need. So it starts with a simple thing. Just learn the basics of whatever you're trying to do. Search
Hmm.
for it, and from there you will go deeper into it. Most of the programmers will tell you that you can't learn programming just from Googling to say, how do you program? And
Yeah.
that's very true. But that's where you need to start from. Because from there, you'll get the basics. Those basics will take you to where you'll find the right information.
I like that. So our problem is our
Yeah.
mindset, right?
Our problem is just our mindset. Yeah.
Our problem is you were recently awarded a grant by the Tony Elem. How do you say this?
Elomel.
Elomelu
Elomelo.
Foundation. Okay. You were
Yeah.
awarded. Tell us about how the process works and how you positioned yourself to be a credible recipient.
Okay. So speaking again of opportunities, I knew about this actually in 2019. So in 2019, I saw this and I looked at it
Hmm.
just for once, and I was like, this is not something which is credible. You can't just, when you have limited information, you also tend to think there are people who can't actually invest in you. So it was the same for me. So I was thinking, this is something which cannot work. So the next thing I saw in 2020, I saw Mwalamoto. I don't know if you have heard of him.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, so I saw Malamoto. He was talking about how he was funded by this same Tony Elumelu Foundation guys. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, I also can do this. So I applied to it in 2020. My application didn't go through. My idea at that time didn't go through. So with the same idea again, I came with it polished again. In 2021, I applied, and I also didn't go through. So in 2022 and 2023, I didn't apply. I thought to say this has failed. But then after this year, early this year, I thought to myself, you know what? It's not bad to give it a try again. So I gave it a try, and the only thing that I saw that I did, which I didn't do the other years, was I now had a company.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the previous years, I was just applying just as an individual.
As an
No
individual.
registered, yeah, no registered company, no track record. Because back then in my mind, I just thought to say, for me to start a company, for me to start anything, I need a huge amount of money for me to start. I
Mm.
need a two-story building for an office. I need 17 employees for the start. You understand?
Yeah.
But then this year, the last year when we started Bluebeat Technologies, we started just the three of us. We were there, and then this year I told myself to say, you know what? Let's give it a try. Let's apply for this grant. So we applied. We sent our documents for the company. We gave them the ideas that we are trying to launch, which is the same one for the agriculture that I was talking about, the one in
Okay.
the agriculture sector. Yeah. So we gave them the idea, we sold to them the idea. I took time actually telling myself the idea. I wrote the idea in my diary. I was reading it almost every day in the morning when I was waking up. I was reading it. It became so much into me to say that even when someone wakes me up today and tells me to say, what's that idea that you were talking about? I could give them to A up to Z the idea without making any mistake. So that's what I did. So when the time
What's
came,
this? What's this idea? Is it about Bluebit?
yeah, it's under Bluebeat. So under Bluebeat, there's a product that we are trying to launch for the farmers.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I talked about this product to them. We wrote to them, and then we were called in the first stanza. So more than 10,000 young entrepreneurs across Africa applied, and only 1,104 were selected to go through the pitching phase. So we were selected to also go through the teaching phase. So in the teaching phase, we were assigned mentors, and I was very lucky and fortunate to be assigned to a mentor from Kenya, who
Okay.
is the founder and CEO of Expertise Global. So she's a woman with a lot of experience in finance. So you can imagine they gave me uh, a mentor who is in finance, and me, I'm into technology. So yeah, but we worked well with her, and she's still actually my mentor. We still communicate even up to now.
Yes.
So it shaped me in a way that when it came now to time for us to pitch, because we were pitching like they do on Shark Tank.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to pitch. They just give you 3 minutes for you to sell them your idea. These are investors who are seated there. They need to listen to your idea. They need to see that your idea is worth it. They need to see that the idea is worth investing in, and they need to see that the idea has a possibility of actually changing what you are trying to change.
Mhm.
So I managed to actually pitch, and from there, that's where we grew, and we were selected and given the funds to say, actually, you can go ahead with the idea. So it actually just doesn't come with the benefits of the funding itself, but it comes with a lot of connections. So right now, we are also on other stages, which they have just referred to us. They have told us to
Mhm.
say, you are going to this stage. These guys can also give you more funds than we are giving you. So we are
Mhm.
also on other stages right now where we are still pitching this idea to other investors around the world.
So is this in person or online or virtual?
So the Tony Elumelu one has been virtual, and
Okay.
these other ones, they have to be personal. So very soon people will start to see me traveling, going into these other places to pitch this idea.
Mm. Excellent. All right.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, everybody watching, that's how you're positioning yourself and for opportunities.
yeah.
Always, always is watching us from South Africa. Hi, babe, my kid brother there joining me. Thanks for the support. And Nelly
Okay,
from Arlington, Texas. Um,
yeah,
Here is my Zambia and every country in Angola for that matter is highly politicized. Okay.
yeah,
Uh, Youths can be manipulated into wrong things easily.
yeah,
Some youths have the notion that the only way out of the economic challenges is to join politics. What's your position on that matter? You heard my question?
Hello.
Yeah.
No, how
I
you
said some youths have the notion that the only way out of their economic challenges is to join politics. What's your position on that? Okay, he's frozen. Um, I think the young man has got some brilliant, and how he's navigated himself around um, situations. It's
know?
amazing. Yeah. Inengo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Did you hear the question?
No, the only part that broke was when you were trying to ask the question.
Okay. Some youths have the notion, okay,
Yes.
that the only way out of their economic challenges is to join politics. What's your position on that?
Uh, yeah, again, it's because that's what they see. Actually, what I it's funny when you have asked me that question. I came across something yesterday. It talked about people seeing themselves
Okay. Is is freezing a little bit, but we shall be fine. Siloka, Zambia Blog Talk, you're pleased with his spirit as youth. We are really motivated. Siloka, give me more people who can come on the show, youths. Whatever you
hello.
are, you are welcome to do this. Okay. Inengo, what's happening? I want us to cover this question really
Hello.
serious. Yeah, I can hear you. Inengo, Siloka, you hear me? Just inbox me if you have any topic or any young person doing something that you is worth us talking about, like Inengo here. We are open to have anybody. I appreciate you acknowledging what we are doing. Nichani, they're beginning to mess with your Wi-Fi
Ah.
because I've asked a political question. Now we are having problems. Okay,
Yeah, we are now having problems with it.
so okay, respond to my question.
Yeah. So I was saying that I came across something which was very inspiring yesterday. It was talking about people seeing themselves in something, not only seeing themselves as something.
Mhm.
So what our young people need, they need to see themselves in something different apart from just the politics which is out there. Because
Mm.
I'll tell you for a fact that in our country, the most celebrated people are politicians.
Yeah, of
So
course.
this makes each and every young person who would want to be great. It makes them feel as if for them to be great, they need to be in politics.
Mm.
So they need to see themselves in other different things. Because you see, what happens is the other thing is people are not so truthful to what they do. I will tell you, for example, when you look at countries like South Africa, for
Yes.
example,
Hmm.
you have a lot of these business people, scholars coming out and actually talking and motivating these people, documenting their lives. You go to Nigeria to say people will see Aliko Dangote talking about this. People will see Tony Elumelu talking about that. They will see all that their lifestyle and everything. But
Hmm.
here in Zambia, what we have done is the things that we have put to be at the home of attention are things which cannot be for everyone. You see, yeah, but the things which are actually meant to inspire young people are the things that we put under the bed.
Mm.
You ask the young people today, how many professors do you know from UNZA? If the young people haven't been, if that young person hasn't been to UNZA, they don't know them. So meaning we also have to, people need to also have to create brands, personal brands. You
Yeah.
are a professor at UNZA, create a personal brand. Come to social media. This is what is happening. This is the new world. This is what is happening today. Come to
Hmm.
social media, motivate the young people. That's how leadership is. So leadership is about creating and motivating other people. So if you are able to create and motivate other people, then you are good to go. You have saved your calling. Even God is happy with you. So now
Excellent.
what is happening in our country is the people that should actually be there and given the attention to are also hiding. The
Yeah,
people who are at the helm of the attention are the same politicians. So which is now like giving force motivation to the young people. We can't all be politicians.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, let's finish with this. You've educated me a lot. Trust me, you have. Yeah. You
Thank you
you
very
you
much.
you also run a podcast called Chat and Chill. What kind of issues are you discussing and addressing? And what's the main thrust and motivation?
Okay. So again, the motivation for Chat and Chill podcast is actually I wanted to get a lot of the people that I feel should actually motivate the young people
Hmm.
are the people that I actually mainly focus on that should come on the platform, and then we can publicize them. Because you see, we have entertained a lot of things which are not beneficial to us, mostly as Zambians. You'll find to say what is trending each and every day on social media is of no benefit to each and every one of us. You'll find people are discussing something which is happening in someone's home,
Yeah.
which has got no impact on their lives,
Mm.
can either improve nor destroy their lives. You understand? So
Hmm.
if we can bring the right attention to the young people and to the country at large, then we can even grow and build as a country. So
That's
the main motivation for the podcast was we need to inspire, we need to make sure the young people reflect, and we need to make sure the young people connect with different kinds of people that would help them grow. So that's actually the tagline for the podcast, which is reflect, connect, and inspire. And the other thing is we are diverse on the topics. So we actually know to say not all young people would be business people. Not all young people would be scholars. Not all young people would be entertainers. But so what we need to do is we bring in entertainers, we bring in scholars, we bring in business people. So
hmm
as a young person now, you get to choose what you would want at the end of the day. But the information we are giving you, the people that can actually help you motivate you, get motivated and get inspired. So if you are into entertainment, uh, you'll get motivated by someone who is also in entertainment. If you are into education, you also get motivated by someone who is into education. So that's what we are trying to do. It's a diverse platform.
Excellent. So how can we listen to it? Where can we find it?
Okay. Okay. So currently it's on Facebook and on YouTube at
Okay.
Chat and Show Podcast. Yeah. So actually, funny thing on how the idea started.
Hmm.
It's one of those things where I just used to think, why can someone create something like this? You know, I saw a lot of podcasts everywhere, and most of them it was just about the entertainment wasn't that entertainment that can inspire someone. It was
Yeah.
entertainment for gossip, uh, entertainment just for distraction. Let me put it so. But then I was like, why can someone create a platform where the same people that they're inviting for gossips and everything, let
Mm.
them come and tell their story. Let them, because we get inspired and motivated through stories. Let them come and tell their story, how they navigated through the challenges that they passed through. Through that, then we can get the society motivated and inspired. So
That's
I
right.
always told people, yeah, I approached a lot of people to say, why are you not starting this? I approached people with radio stations to say, you already have the equipment. Just turn on the cameras and start talking. So from there, I thought to say, no one is doing this. And I actually was in Shangombo at that time. It
Okay.
was, yeah, I was in Shangombo. So I was in Shangombo for close to 3 months. So I told
Wow.
myself to say, yeah. I told myself to say, you know what, there's not much activity here. So let me do one thing. Let me just order equipment from China. The time I'll be back home, the equipment has already arrived and we'll start recording. So that's how a podcast started.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Ngenda, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I do hope
Thank you very much.
and pray that this recording, this show goes viral because of the things that you have shared. But you know what?
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it won't because we are not gossiping anything about anybody here, or, or,
yeah,
or throwing trash about some artist or some marital issues. But let's push.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
give up. Let's push. Let's not give up.
yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you. Let's stay in touch and let's help push and help create opportunities for the young people in our country.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward for another one.
Yes, let's do a number two.
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
do is when your what do you call it? When your product, your agriculture thing is ready, let me know, then we can come and talk about it.
yeah, sure. Let's do that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good weekend. All right, everybody, that was our show today, creating opportunities for young people. That was Ngenda Inengu, is the founder and CEO of Bluebit Technologies, is a self-taught software engineer. He doesn't even have a degree in software engineering. That's when he's going to school right now to get it. And he's got a different mindset of how to do things. Like I said, we are 41 days from Zambia's independence. I know some people will say, "What is there to celebrate?" Well, I have something to celebrate. Zambia is 60 years, so that's a good thing to celebrate. God has brought us this far. Once again, help us by supporting a charity back home in Zambia. We're trying to help and improve the livelihood of our elderly citizens who are kept in or by, who are supported by charities. If you buy that T-shirt, you help, you make a contribution towards that. There is the information. Those of you that live on the East Coast in the DMV area, get in touch with Pastor Ernest, and those of you in the Dallas area can get in touch with me. If you are in Dallas, we can make arrangements for you to bring the T-shirt to you, or we can even mail it to you. All right, everybody. I am really looking forward to this independence thing because I'm going to have some exciting guests here. They're going to be telling us stories about how who really fought for independence. You know, there's that argument, who really fought for independence. We'll see you next week, and thank you for joining us.
Zambia Blog Talk Radio.